So the question being that if you've lost a lot of weight, but you're not quite seeing in the inches, or how many inches do you need to see, there's a couple of things to look at. One, perhaps one of the main areas to look at is where have you lost the body fat? Because normally people complain about not losing any inches, any body fat. What they're often doing is they're looking at one area which they care about a lot, and ignoring other areas where they don't care about. So you see it's a lot. If you just focus on your stomach and all you do is you look at your stomach, you might miss the fact you've lost a lot of weight over your face, a lot of weight on your arms, a lot of weight on your legs, and you're still thinking, why has the stomach only gone down just a tiny bit and not a huge bit? So that's very often the case. If that is the case, so you know that your trousers are looser, your face is thinner, your arms are looser, but your stomach's not, for example, then you just need to have patience, because if you keep the body fat going, it's then going to go from the next place. And eventually, with patience, it will go from the stomach area. But what a lot of people don't realize is that their whole body is perhaps bigger than what they thought it was at the beginning. So it's a bit demoralizing, but say you just need to lose just a little bit of overhang on your stomach, for example. Just say it feels like your stomach sticks out just a couple inches. What you can't see is that the whole body is just bigger than it used to be. So, for example, if it's hard to an example here, but say this bit of my arm was a little bit overweight, and I just want to lose that 1 inch on top. What you can't see is that the whole arm is bigger than it used to be. So actually, the arm has to go down to here before I lose that 1 inch on top. And this happens all over the body, that we're just a bigger person than we used to be. So as a result, our quotations of how long it should take are slightly off in that respect. Another element which you can get with weight is you may have lost a certain amount of weight on the scales, but how much is that in the real world? Because I could lose. I think there was a guy in Men's Health who did a study. He lost in 24 hours 11 kilograms, which is almost 2 stone. That's a lot of weight to lose in not much time. So even though he'd lost 11 kilos in 24 hours, the question is how much body fat have you lost? So very often weight and body fat are not the same thing. You may have lost more weight than the actual body fat, and in that case, it's just being patient. It means you've got to go further, you've got to put the plan together for longer, and if you keep at it, eventually the bit that you want to lose the most will go down. It's just about patience and asking yourself, am I going forward week to week? If you are, that's it. Just stay on the track, keep going, and the circumferences will come down in every single area of the body.